Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Assist. It's your host, Noah Harrington, in the building today. To my right, we got the guy, Jay, Houston sports expert. You already know what's going on. To his right, Coach G. We got a full roster today.
Swinging for the fences.
Full roster.
Ooh, we swinging for the fences. That's baseball. A full roster that's a lot of sports. Look at us hitting all these sports over here.
We good at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting somewhere new. We're starting somewhere we don't usually start with today's podcast. Tyson Fury. Last episode we said Wilder versus Fury number 2, right? It has since changed. We are now talking about the Tyson Fury versus Wilder fight. Number 2, the rematch, of course. I had to switch the names because there's a new champ in town, ladies and gentlemen. Champion. Oh my goodness. And he's a scary sight.
For the record, did I call that? Didn't I say I feel like Fury is gonna pull this enough? I want to say I was stuck on it, but I felt like Fury put in, and I want to say I'm gonna have to go back and fact check it. I believe I said I'm rolling with Fury on this one. I just feel like he was gonna.
It was a toss-up for me, I know that. Because I feel like it could have gone either way. And it still could have gone either way until the very last round. Until they stopped the fight. It really could have gone either way.
I'm not going to lie.
I don't think that.
You don't think he could have got that punch off? 90%?
We'll get
There's
into
a puncher's chance, you know what I mean?
Saying?
That was the only thing I was
felt like Wilder was going to win. And my only reason behind it is because we seen him box. We know what type of boxer he is. We know the aggression
that he has. He can get that right off on you. You can get that left off on you.
On top of that, you already beat this man before. You don't have a loss on your record.
Well,
I almost was feeling like he was going to be like another Mayweather. Like, who going to stop me? You know? Mm-hmm. That's how I felt about him, honestly.
Well,
I'm not going to lie. I was very surprised. To
take nothing away from the shock factor of it, and my shock factor or surprise factor of it was the way he was dominated.
Man.
In my eyes, I paid the money to see this pay-per-view. I sat my ass down and watched the fight start to finish. Came out of that saying, ooh, I just witnessed a shock. I felt like, to your point, a puncher's chance. Wilder always has that in him.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it was always a toss-up for me till the very end.
However,
even until the end.
After watching the third round, I saw it. I saw it in his body language. His hands was up. His hands constantly was dropping down. Then he come out in the fourth round. Hands is down. Come out in the fifth. I mean, it progressively got worse.
That it did.
For Wilder. It was not like it was stalemate. You had a little peak here. It was, the bully getting bullied off the muscle. Tyson came directly at him. I mean, the very first second, ding! Oh, Wilder already backing up. Because Tyson,
Tyson went.
Forgive me if
went at him.
I think he threw a punch, but the way he came at him so fast at the very first ding! Oh! You know what I'm saying? It was bang bang, and he never got off that back foot.
And I can see why he would do that. I mean, first of all, you lost to this man already. So you want to redeem yourself.
I mean,
you want to show that
he lost, and granted, and a lot of people feel like, he did knock you down.
True.
How it ended up in a draw.
Yeah.
Some people may not have been watching the same fight.
I think the draw might have been for this fight.
I think the
absolutely.
draw.
Absolutely.
We only made 50
I seen the last fight, and I don't think it was a draw. I think that Wilder should have won that one.
Wilder really had a better performance. However, what I think elevated Fury was the short time it took him to get prepared for this, because
that last fight he had a much shorter preparation time.
Mm-hmm.
The last fight,
kind of like he was
Wilder.
thrown into it and took it. It was like, I'll take the fight, because
it was Anthony Joshua didn't want to take it.
Joshua,
because there was all this stuff going on. Yeah. He wanted to fight in England. The Wilder didn't want to fight in England.
He played kitty.
This, that, and the third.
He played kitty And they dogged him out when they were in UK when they fought the first time. They called him out in the ring. There's another guy out here who ain't man enough to step in this ring, but neither one of us warriors.
Anthony Joshua.
Facts. And they both called him out. They both in the ring, and surprised that it went to a draw, but collectively agreed, Anthony Joshua, you have nothing for us. You ain't ready.
This is my thing though. So since Fury won, and then post fight interviews, everything like that, he said, "I want Anthony. Like, bring Anthony. It's no excuses now.
Yeah,
I'm the best. Come on, like you gotta
really
fight me."
You having a title too.
Exactly.
He really wants to fight Anthony.
And
like,
but this is my
so
other thing.
now,
But this is my thing. Anthony Joshua is a better boxer than Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is not a good boxer by any means.
He's not.
No,
he's not a good technical boxer.
He's more of a street fighter.
Basically.
Yeah.
He's a street fighter with technique.
Yeah, because he's been trained a little
bit.
He's trained a little bit. His unbelievable amount of power he's able to generate.
He's like the big guy that you see in jail that dominates the tank. It's going to be hard to find somebody to knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right. And Tyson Fury hit him several times hard and
busted an eardrum.
Ruptured a whole eardrum, bleeding out the ear.
He had to go to the hospital for precautionary
stitches. And they think something is
protocol.
wrong with his jaw also. I mean, he got banged up to the point to, like I said, if you watch the fight, his corner did the right thing.
They did.
This corner saved him to fight another fight because this sport, we talked about this last podcast, this is one of the unique sports where you literally can go in one way and come out totally changed.
You can come out on the other side.
This is a sport where you can literally die.
You can die.
That's what we said.
It could go all the way up to you dying, you suffering, and that's what happened to what's-his-face. He went to the hospital and never regained consciousness and just kept sliding, and eventually died. Mm-hmm. This sport is a unique sport. With that being said, these warriors, I have to tip my hat off to both of them because it was
a good fight.
It was, well, I'm not gonna sit here and say that either.
No, it was
a good fight if you're a Fury fan.
No. They both said. Who, you might have said it. They said it, though. You might have told me is what I meant. You don't watch a heavyweight fight you don't want to watch it go 12 rounds.
You don't want to see a boxing match from heavyweights. You don't want to see boxing. You want to see somebody knockout. That's what you want to see. These the big boys.
This was a great example of
I'm going to watch these little guys box.
But at the same time, I also don't want to have like a Mike Tyson...
It happens so fast.
7-second knockout. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I like this because
I appreciate you coming with that energy to where if I hit you, both of these dudes were masters at moving out the way of them heavy bombs. Mm-hmm. Fury just happened to land the big bomb first.
I mean, Fury moved that head out of a few things that were going to take his head
Fury had a few times where if he had been just a second late, it'd have been a whole different story.
Game over.
He probably would have been out on the canvas.
And I know what you're talking about from like round
5 and 6.
I was gonna say from
Wilder was still trying to get that one off. Like you would see him get one solid ass swing off, and it wouldn't connect. But if it's one of those, if that had connected, it would have changed the whole energy of the fight.
You got to understand that you can throw all your other dynamics out the window.
Facts. You're living off of a right hand at this point. You don't have time no more to
set it up. You don't have time to sit up here and dance with it.
But you want to know something?
You're in survival mode.
I feel like that's where Fury... Okay, they watch each other fights. Yeah. So they going to see, this is how he fight. Mm-hmm. So you want to... If you was to
I don't know how
me,
to counterback that.
I think that's good coaching. And on top of good coaching, I think that's great execution.
Perfectly said.
For y'all to be saying that, you throwing haymakers, and I know that it's coming, and I might take these little jabs, but I'm going to miss all these major shots. But I'm going to still land mine on you.
But I'm still laying mine on you.
See, and that's the thing about Fury.
And great execution.
This is my thing about Fury. I had a hunch that Fury could come out with the win. If it went 12, I knew it was Fury because Fury's a technical boxer.
Well, he got.
He gonna win on the card.
He would be able to win.
So with that being said, he's more of a technical boxer and everything. He's gonna win on the card.
He definitely gonna knock out every time.
But
Every fight.
what we saw the last fight, where I think he won on the card. He won a couple things on the card, but he lost the knockdowns, of course. They come out with a draw. And he did that off of a few, not a full year, not even
He didn't
6
have
months
much time
of training.
at all.
Yeah.
And so now you give him a little over a year. And
He had a fight in between.
Yeah,
They
he
both
come-
had
He did,
fights.
he
They
did.
both they both had to have fights.
yeah.
But they knew that this one was coming up.
And they
both
weren't
had to-
straining fights. Because like,
No.
a boxer's not going to fight every 3 months, every
Yeah.
4 months. I mean, unless it's somebody like Mike Tyson could have gotten away
Let
with
me hurry
a
up and
fight
get this
every
fight
3
on out
months
the way so I can
because
start training for this big one. This
because
gonna be
this
the purse.
this match I just had, it ended in 7 seconds. So
Yeah.
I'm still really good to go. I didn't take a
I
beat.
can also see
You know what I mean?
Mayweather doing something like that.
Exactly. Mayweather did. He
Mayweather
Yeah,
he
he
got
has
a lot
done
of
that.
fights
He's
on
done
He
him.
have the win to go the distance. And,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He has
can
the win to go
every
the
3
distance, and he's not going to take a beating.
Yeah.
So
And I've
with
never
that,
seen a
with them
training
being
that
that,
like
yeah,
this.
and Fury has preparation
champ.
and practice. And I didn't see a losing. It's like you just said. It was great preparation and great execution.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't really see a loss in him anywhere. He was.
Did y'all
for
watch
somebody,
the weigh-in?
Oh,
They didn't-
hold on.
they-
Hold on. We're gonna jump into the intros here in a second,
yeah.
but
The weigh-in.
not
they-
even the
they-
weigh-in. Tyson. I
they
have to
didn't
talk
really-
about how
I mean,
Tyson.
I saw a little bit of the weigh-in, but they didn't get to interact, do the face-to-face.
Yeah.
Tyson
What, they did a
Fury
face-to-face?
is.
They did a face-to-face the day before, but
Yeah.
that wasn't the official weigh-in
Weigh-in.
that they do the face-to-face and squabble. They just got to come up to each other, talk they talk,
Yeah.
and whatnot. And they end up putting hands on each other, pushing each other, and whatnot. And they said, you know what, we feel like it's best that for both parties to keep y'all safe because so much
That's
is
why-
on the line.
that's
They
why
did
I
a
don't
live
y'all
stream,
do
I
the-
think, of
do
both
the
of them in
face-to-face.
the.
That's why. That's another reason why I kind of felt that Wilder was, because if you seen the face to face, you could tell he was more the aggressor,
Yeah.
and he seemed as if like he had something to prove. Well, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna knock you out. I'ma show you.
I mean, I hate to
And when
say,
you see Fury, he seemed more like calm, collective, like, okay, whatever, push him back. But it seemed like he only did it out of retaliation, you know?
just to, because
and
you
it
push me,
seemed
I
like
push
he
you.
was like, you know, like, I'm ready to whoop your
Yeah.
butt. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Something like that, you know? So, I mean,
I think,
thing.
hello, to that point, honestly, I think he felt so superiorly confident in what he's done as far as training, preparation, game plan, like you were saying, all that, and minus the execution part. I think he found somebody that can simulate what Wilder is going to do. Watching tape on each other, you know, you got to know, okay, when he stands like this is what he likes to do. This is his tendencies. You know, you got to do your
watch
homework.
film.
You watch film. You do
Yeah.
your homework.
That's
You
good
do
coaching.
diligence.
great coaching.
Okay.
That's what an athlete does.
I think they found somebody that was big enough. I don't think you can find anybody that can hit as hard as Wilder like that to just spar against. However, I feel
But
like
you can
they
find
found
somebody
somebody
who can throw
big
those punches.
or who can throw those punches,
Yeah.
and you can come up with a game plan of how do I counter that. He needs to step and wind this up to develop the power. So I need to be close so he doesn't get the full extension out that I can, you know, and make you game planning. The execution of the plan was flawless.
yeah.
I mean, and I think that's
And-
where he can, because he was just dancing around, joking
And
around.
see, that's
ha, ha,
I
ha.
gotta. Well, I'm not.
If I had to sit here and say off of who won the match without fighting, who won the match simply because of how your press conference went, Wilder would have got it. I'd have felt like Wilder, man, he some of the things he was saying, the way he was describing, the way he saw your head rolling, the veins stretched out from your neck and everything, and yeah, I thought I'm thinking I'm gonna kill you.
I
And
mean,
da-
even
da-
when you seen the push, you seen Wilder like and he came back with a little you know what I'm saying? But
Like,
it wasn't like a I
yeah,
really
he was
want
like,
to
yo,
fight
you want to
type
do this?
of-
You know, okay,
Yeah, you know,
I get it.
Wilder pushed him. He looked like he stumbled back a couple of steps. You know, a couple of
Look at
steps.
real quick. I mean, that's a
He like-
receiver. He's known to push a
he-
corner.
Oh. You know what I'm saying? He stumbled back a little. I don't know.
We gotta jump into a quick commercial break, but we'll be back after this, and we're still talking this fight. So don't go anywhere. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to The Assist. I'm your host, Noah Harrington. If you're just tuning in, to my right, I have our Houston sports expert, Jay, and to his right, we have Coach G, and we're in here talking Fury versus Wilder. Last week, it was Wilder versus Fury, but since then, there's been some changes. I had to make 2 points, but we had to jump into a commercial break, so I got to make them now. My first point is Deontay Wilder did not look like he got any better. Deontay Wilder looked like he was... This fight looked like...
He went in it unprepared.
Not even unprepared. He went in doing the same thing he's always done.
He was unprepared.
He didn't change anything. Didn't do this. Didn't do that. It looked like he came in the same way he came into the last fight.
I think he felt like I have the necessary tools. I just need to bulk up a little bit more to have a little bit more power. I almost finished him at 218. Let me get to 231. And I'll probably have enough behind my punch to take his head on off.
And then Fury, on the other hand, Tyson Fury, ladies and gentlemen, is 6'9", 273 pounds. Okay, this man is about as what? He's a NBA power forward, give or take. So he could play center.
He could be a
play center, right? And he's moving like Muhammad Ali.
He moving so
he
fluent.
did not stop moving. Where Wilder is on his back heels, taking steps, taking a punch here, Fury doesn't come off his toes, doesn't come off the balls of his feet.
His conditioning was top notch.
And it's like
you could tell Wilder was tired, and then you compare it to how Fury's
waiting on him to come out of the corner. Like, I'm ready to box. I don't need a minute to get prepared for the next round. I'm out here in 40 seconds.
I'm ready to go.
Come out here.
I tell you what, after the first round, Wilder spitting out gobs of blood out his mouth. Lip busted first round. Blood already present. Second round, he getting pushed back. You know what I'm saying? The bombs ain't landing. He moving around, and tagging him, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? With some heavy pops. Third round, catches him. You know, they sparring. He now starting to... This is what I noticed off the muscle. I was like, boy, Wilder doing a lot of tying up.
He didn't have the stamina.
He doing a lot of tying up.
See,
and every time
hold on. But this goes into my next point. Fury improved immensely. He did not look like he did the last fight.
No, at all.
You made the point. He came out and forced himself on pushing him to the corner. It's like Wilder was playing on the ropes
the whole time.
Just the whole fight.
The whole time. And the person with a bomb can't throw that bomb off the rope.
Wilder didn't expect that. He did not expect this dude who's really bigger than you, or by, what was it? I want to say 50, it was 50 pounds?
40, 50 pounds, something like that.
I may have been 60. I don't think Wilder was 220.
Here's the crazy thing about that part, though.
It shook him.
The sizes that they were the very first fight compared to the sizes now. Both fighters came in bigger, but it's the same spread.
Oh, yeah. It's a 50-pound difference. Yeah.
However, Wilder doesn't have to get off the ground a whole lot. And getting knocked down, getting slid across the ground, and having to pick that 230-some-odd-pound frame up, it took the leg.
That's the other part where Fury was getting
about, and he said, make no excuses.
He was leaning
but he already said, I got something wrong. My leg was already messed up coming into this fight, but I don't make no excuses. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad you're not making no excuses, because that's not you, but that is what you just did. We don't want to hear about that. If you watch the fight, and of course Fury didn't know your leg was messed up, but Fury already came in with the game plan. You're gonna have to support me. Anytime we tie up, Fury leaning on it.
Yeah.
So now you
heavily,
like get your hand underneath her, and I'ma lean on you.
273 pounds. I'm just gonna put it on your shoulder.
And the referee tried to break it up. You know, he even took a point from Fury. So that wore him down. I promise, like I was telling you, arms was up in a protect yourself stance. Fury hit him with a body shot. It dropped him with a body shot to the ribs. Bow, slid him. Them hands didn't come up no higher than the shoulders, nipple line. I don't want to pull him up. Every time he pull him up, then around the end, he go get some. He'll suck down some water, spitting up gobs of blood. At that third round, he caught him with a clean, heavy right.
A big thing
That's
in
when that
boxing
ear went to dropping.
that I never kind of realized in my younger years. I never really realized it until I saw the Floyd and Conor fight, because that's when it was something so prevalent, is the angle game when throwing these punches. That's how Conor McGregor got a lot of those punches off on a person like Floyd Mayweather, who keeps his head moving. And Fury had a great angle game. He's sitting there, just his hands don't stop moving.
They
his
don't
hands
stop moving.
aren't
And he'll
here.
throw a jab to the left side of your
Facts.
face, to the right side of your face. Aim at
He'll
your
throw
chin.
a back jab, like just
Yeah,
he'll
a back
just
jab,
throw
like
it
a
out
flick,
there.
like just to.
Test
I know
you.
where you at.
He put on an amazing display of boxing.
Put on the clinic. He bullied the bully.
But we have to talk about his intro.
Okay. Oh.
Who I think
If you didn't see the fight, go Google Deontay Wilder.
I think Deontay Wilder had the best intro.
Bro, his
Fury had the best overall night. Intro was great. Not as good as Wilder's, but intro was great.
it was good though. It was
and then
damn
his
good.
fight
he came
was
in
great.
on 6 females, carrying him on a throne,
Crown on,
crown
red
on,
robe, sitting in
he
his
said,
chair,
singing
He knew
Patsy
he was
Cline.
that
I'm
singing
crazy.
Patsy Cline. Yeah,
I'm
He knew he was that guy.
crazy. He knew he was that guy. He felt it in his soul. But you know what's crazy?
no pun
7
intended.
years ago, 7 years ago, he predicted this.
Yeah,
He said, I'm going to end up with the belt and I'm going to have to take it from the Bronx Bomber.
Bronx.
The Bronze Bomber, excuse me, the Bronze Bomber.
Look, you think you're from New York or something?
Yeah,
Come on,
my
now.
bad.
The Bronx.
The Bronze Bomber.
Shout out the
He
Yankees.
said that 7 years ago and it came true. So this is something that's been on his mind that,
Law of
I'm
attraction.
end up coming across this. And you know what? I have to say this also. We'll get back on that outfit because I want to say something about that shit. Fury is a sportsman. He's a gamesman. He's very, very respectful.
Yeah,
He told him that Wilder is going to be a champion again. He said he's a hell of a warrior. He's a man. He said, I hit him with a heavy shot, and he fought me all the way up until the 7th round. After I done hit him with a clean bomb that dropped and busted his, did damage. Mm-hmm. And he got back up with a butt.
Made him a
People
meme.
don't understand that bleeding from the ear, just getting hit in your ear.
that's what
earache.
I was gonna say.
Don't mess with
That
your
probably added to the fear he already had. He ain't never felt no pain like that.
And why the corner threw in the towel, because they know you're not, your death perception.
It's like cutting a
is
cat's
off.
whiskers. You
You
cut
know
a
what I
cat's
mean?
whiskers, he's not
If
going to
you
be
get
able
hit-
to walk on
If
trees
you get hit,
and stuff,
if he would have got hit with another one of those in the same area,
It could have
it
been.
would have been tragic.
Oh,
It could have
He
been
could have
very,
lost hearing and
very
everything.
bad, very bad.
that was
So again, I have no problem with what the corner did, because the way it was set up, that 7th round, Fury had completely stopped all the gimmicks. He stopped all the extra moving, and he went
It
in
was
on the
just
hunt.
Straight.
and all
I'm
it
trying
really
to
is
set up
Wilder. The only way
hold you
Wilder's
here
getting out of it
and hit
is
you.
circling around the ring.
And he's cutting it off.
Now,
He's shrinking the
let me-
ring on him
yeah.
every time he tries. He's shrinking the ring on him. Get
And
him
it's
into
real
that
easy
corner.
to do that when you're a 6'9" behemoth who's like, he looks so long. You know what I mean? Like
Pause.
He like Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki is a 7-foot power forward, right? Dirk Nowitzki doesn't look long, right? You look at Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant
Looks
looks
long.
extremely long.
See Scottie Pippen.
It doesn't look, compared to Jordan. Jordan doesn't look that long. You look at Scotty. Scotty's pretty long.
He got yeah.
You know what I mean? Tyson Fury is a very lengthy person. He looked huge up against a huge person. Deontay Wilder is huge.
That's a good way to put it.
It's
He
like
looked
it's like
huge
Shaq.
against a huge person.
Standing with Chuck. Chuck is a big man. He
But when
made
you
The
see
Rock
Shaq-
look little.
when you see
but
Shaq,
when you
though-
see Shaq, you like, holy yeah.
Yeah.
It was he was the big boy on campus.
Before we jump into the commercial break, Deontay Wilder's intro. Oh my god!
Bruh.
He probably
Bruh.
looked like something out of Wakanda.
Hey.
Looked like he was wearing vibranium.
Ooh,
He looked.
Ooh, Millie rock, Millie rock.
Better than
Man,
any-
his outfit was so fresh when he came out with the all black on, and it was just like black diamonds on his, just encrusted and everything with the black skull in the chest and on his waist. And then that sucker did the fool and turned red. Eyes lit up red, started glowing, the light underneath his suit started every time he raise his arms up or do a little, shoulder move, the flex or whatnot, that you see little peaks of that red. Just had his whole little suit glowing up underneath, little subtle red glow, let you know the warrior is underneath here.
Yeah.
He killed it with that.
He
Best
looked great.
costume I've ever seen.
He looked like a villain. Like
He looked like
crazy.
somebody you ain't trying to meet in no alley.
I'm trying to show you a picture of him.
The one thing I hate is for you to come out like that.
Like, how did you have the best intro and have the worst fight of your career?
Well, not even that. Just like if he would have took the time to actually train and put all that energy into training versus trying to make a dope ass intro,
True.
he might have could have done a little.
See,
bit
that's the
better.
thing with Mike Tyson. That's what I was saying when the fight was on. Mike Tyson came out to one note. They would just play a note. And that's all it's playing. He's not coming out in no robe. He's coming out with his half t-shirt on.
He ready to fight.
And it's not even a half t-shirt. It ain't no sleeves on
It's
it.
a cut t-shirt. It's like a cut towel that he used to.
just-
fight.
And his head is going side to side.
It's
He's
just a
ready to go.
hole in a towel, and he's wearing it over him.
He ready
And
to
he's
fight.
ready to go. And it's... Oh, you got a picture of it? Okay,
I got
go ahead.
just a little quick pic of it, boy.
It's like you come out like a warrior.
He came out like one of them old samurai statues that come to life.
Yeah, that's what he looked like. He looked
come
like a
up
cool samurai
Like
statue.
an old
He looked like a
samurai
Power
statue
Ranger.
that used to be the guy.
Nah, he don't look like he looked like a villain.
Yeah, he looked like the
He
villain.
does look like a villain. He looks like the Power Rangers when they what's his name?
Zord? No, that's not Zordon.
For any of my gamers out there, because gaming is a sport, but
True.
to any of my gamers that actually play Apex, look like Revenant when he go into dark mode.
True.
That's exactly
Okay.
what it looks
Yeah.
like.
Okay, I can say that. Megazoid, something like that. Anyways, yeah, we got to jump into a quick commercial break, real quick. But we're talking NBA when we get back from that, because Celtics and Lakers play, ladies and gentlemen, and Bill Russell's tributing Kobe Bryant. So I mean, well, why is there even hate in the world anymore? I don't know. But we got to jump into a commercial break. We'll be back after this. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the last half hour of the Assist if you're just tuning in. I'm your host, Noah Harrington. To my right, I have our Houston sports expert, Jay. And to his right, we have Coach G. We're in here talking Fury vs. Wilder #2. Can't wait for Fury vs. Joshua 1. Last thing before we get on basketball. He licked that man's blood.
Well,
And
we gonna talk
he
about
said
that.
in the press conference, I want to taste blood. And he licked him.
That was the strangest thing that I had seen in a long time.
That's the strangest thing I've ever seen in a boxing match.
That was pretty weird.
That seems like something Conor McGregor would have done. You know what I mean?
And honestly, if you think about it, like,
And that's a step for him. You know what I mean? Like, that's a reach for him to do something like that.
if you think about it, what can Deontay Wilder do about it?
He can't do
He was
nothing,
being
no.
leaned on and leaking. It was kind of had to take it.
I mean, at the same time, it's like you already fighting. What you gonna do? Whoop his butt?
Yeah, I mean,
you can't do that.
You know.
You can't do that.
He's
That-
kind
that
of
was-
laying it down on
I
you
mean,
right
he,
now.
He really picked the best time to do something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
He really did.
I think all
How
the blood.
disrespectful
Oh,
is
yeah.
that though? Oh my gosh, he sat up there and
That's like,
I got a part of. Yeah, I mean, I took something.
what
from you.
is equivalent to that? I don't think there's an equivalent to
Teabag?
that. No, in a sport.
Teabagged in the sport. Yeah, getting dunked on and your nuts get swung.
No,
in
I don't think
somebody's
that's
face.
as disrespectful.
I think this is more disrespectful.
I think that's a lot because that
Yeah.
happens. That
People
happens
get
every
dunked on
game.
people get dunked
That
on.
Not
happens
with
every game.
get pulled up on. I ain't talking about just you got boomed on. I'm talking about utter disrespect.
But this, yeah,
Nuts in your face, get swung on the goal, getting stared at, pop it, maybe even stepped over. That's
I
up
think
there.
the last person to really do something disrespectful in that sense was Scottie Pippen on Ewing.
I mean,
because that's what I pictured when you just said that whole thing.
Well, I mean, AI when he's, I mean, it
AI
wasn't
stepped
done, but
over.
the step over Lou. I mean, that was pretty.
See, that's what I was
disrespectful.
gonna say. When you cross somebody and just look at them, like I feel like that's like when James Harden dropped Wesley Johnson and just sat there and like
James Harden
you're
did
on
that.
the floor
James
right
Harden
now.
did that a couple of times. He's done that a couple of times.
Like you're on the
Yeah,
floor. I'm
yeah.
looking right into your soul. Let me just pull this 3 right quick
and I'm gonna make it.
and make it.
I'm gonna make
I'm
it.
That's the other
It's
thing.
going in.
I don't think. I think Tyson Fury. When we talk about the most, when SportsCenter puts out the top 10 most disrespectful sports moments,
That's gonna be up there.
Tyson Fury
Gotta
licking
be
that
up
man
there.
is going to be number 1.
It's gotta be.
What do you think number 2 is going to be?
Yeah,
I probably say Pippen and Ewing.
Yeah.
I could say Pippen and because Pippen did him bad,
So
man.
bad.
And then told Spike Lee to sit down, like walk. Spike, sit your ass down.
Not because I'm just a big Kobe fan, but Kobe dunking on Dwight Howard was one of the most filthiest dunks I've seen. And on who it was, he climbed a tree. I mean,
Yeah, we seen Jordan do that a million times.
Again,
Scotty threw
again.
Ewing out the way after he dunked on him, and then like yeah, I threw you, and you're on the floor right now, and I'm standing over you.
That was pretty.
That is
That
disrespectful.
was so.
Wait, Ron Artest with the elbow to James Harden. Remember that?
I don't
I
think
remember
that's
it, but
I
I
don't
ain't
think
gonna
that's
say
as bad
that's-
as Pippen
yeah.
though.
But that's
But that
that's
is
literal
disrespectful.
utter disrespect.
Yeah.
There's no like Pippen had a basketball. He's making a basketball play. You know what I mean? He dunked on somebody.
I got it.
What is
I
it?
know what it could be.
Huh?
I want to say it was Rondo that spit in Chris Paul's face, and they got into that whole little debacle.
That's up.
That's
there.
pretty
That's
disrespectful.
probably number 2.
That's up there.
Yeah,
That's up there.
because
you
that's
spit on somebody.
because
Yeah,
like I
that's-
was saying, Pippen is more in the lines of a basketball.
Gloves off,
He's making a
spit on
basketball move, like he does
Yeah.
a dunk. Ron Artest elbowed him. Like you don't have the ball in your hand. Chris Paul and Rondo, they didn't have the ball in their hands. There was no play
Yeah,
going
but for
on.
somebody to spit on you, that's
exactly.
That's top of the top disrespectful.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
rather get dunked on and pushed down on the ground
Facts,
than
and
for somebody
spit
to
on
spit in
me.
my face.
Yeah,
That
and me
is
not
just-
get the punch off on you. Because if
that's
I get the
just-
punch off on you, then it's okay.
Yeah, that's just total disrespect.
Hey,
Total disrespect.
If you spit on me, but I'm able to connect, it's all good. I'll take the spit because
I
I
mean-
know I popped you.
I think one.
Not even that.
it-
You spit on me. You about to be leaking on this month.
No,
you about to be leaking.
Well,
on
okay,
this
I'm glad y'all are
ground.
saying.
leaking on this ground.
I'm glad y'all are saying it the way.
Don't
What
spit
y'all
on me.
think about this? And think about it before you give me your immediate answer of the disrespect. Think of how it came. We're talking about disrespectful moves. What about Tyson biting Evander Holyfield's ear off?
You know what?
Getting your ass whooped.
No, I thought of that. I thought of that one, but I didn't feel like that was just disrespect. I felt like that just came in some like.
That's not really
okay,
disrespect.
let me put
I
why I
see
think
what
it's
you're
disrespect.
saying.
Let me say why I
did
think
But
it's
I
disrespect.
see
disrespect.
why. I can see why.
You sit here
It is.
fighting, and just like Deontay said last night, he got mad at his corner. Let me go out on my shield. You know, if it's my time to get knocked out, let me get knocked out. Conor McGregor said it.
Same thing.
If
If I'm
I'm
losing-
let me get knocked out. Let me go ahead and get, don't stop it.
Shit, even
Let
Jordan
it
said.
happen.
Jordan said
It's
he
so
didn't
many
want to.
people.
He didn't want to. He wanted the Bulls somebody to beat the Bulls.
There's so many people getting knocked out. Why not allow this to go ahead? You don't stop these because it was an undercard. You don't stop him because of whatever. But you stop me because of my name? Okay, so 2 big profiles. Tyson, Holyfield. Holyfield whooping this dude's tail. And then you tie up with him. And instead of just taking that ass whooping, you bite me?
I think that's
You
along
bite
the
me?
lines of.
That's disrespectful.
I feel like that's just stupid.
No.
I don't think it's disrespectful. I think that's just stupid.
I feel like it's disrespectful
Because
on a level, but at
all
the
of-
same time, like
All of the
I still
disrespectful
feel like it's worse for
plays.
somebody to spit in your face.
All of this
Spitting is
disrespect.
up there. I'm about to say spitting is almost worse than getting licked. You spit on me at any given
That-
time, you just graduated to absolute problem with me.
All the plays.
Problems.
all the disrespectful plays we're talking about, or except for Holyfield and
I don't even
Run
play
Artest,
spit. Don't play spit on me.
they
No.
Arguably,
are in lines like Scottie Pippen is making a basketball move. Fury and Wilder are still boxing. You know what I
You gotta
mean?
point that.
Ron Artest went out of his way to do this, to do something stupid. Mike Tyson went out of his way to do something stupid. You were not making any type of basketball play when you raised your elbow and gave this man a concussion to the side of the
He
head.
was celebrating. He
And-
beat his chest, and that's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
But he was also celebrating on them Piston fans too.
I mean,
he celebrated on a few of them. That might be.
Nah, that wasn't no
that's
necessary
very disrespectful.
celebration. I was gonna say that.
Well, I was
He
saying celebrating, I mean, you know what I
throwing something down.
But
and
that'd
hitting
be
a
more
player.
like the fans. You know what I mean?
It's disrespect is disrespect.
Well, yeah, but we were talking in the lines of the professional athletes.
Let me tell you, Utah fans are some of the most what was said to Russ. That's overly disrespectful.
Oh,
The
man.
Golden State Warrior fan who felt like I make this kind of money and I can say whatever. I think I
But-
have to put when you say something and you're not a sport.
Yeah,
You're
but that
a
doesn't really
fan.
fall into Tyson Fury and
Getting licked,
because
but
nobody.
that's just-
It's not like somebody came out the stands and licked both of them or something.
Yeah, I know what you're
or
saying.
threw an apple.
I know
That'd
what
have
you're
been
saying.
crazy.
That would be the problem. Somebody throw a whole apple. A fan throw an apple and connect with somebody.
and knock Wilder out. Yeah, one more
Hit
shot to
Wilder
go.
in his ear or something.
I know this is so off topic, but that just made me think. If you go to these basketball arenas, you see people at the top throwing like pennies and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yes.
Oh man.
You don't want to
and
get
you
hit with a
don't
penny
know
from
how
the...
high that is.
Yeah,
you don't
wanna get hit with a penny
you on
from
the
us, sir.
receiving end of that penny, like, oh man.
It'll make your head hit your knees. It'll
Bro,
push your
that'll
head
hurt,
down.
that'll hurt you. It'll hurt you. Oh,
And
almost.
it's 40,000 people in the arena, so you're not finna pick out the dude.
If you can turn around
penny.
and look and be like...
You gonna look
Because
up
you know
and
he
see
gonna
all
be
these-
looking at
Somebody
you.
gonna say...
Because
and you don't know who
Because
did
he
it.
looking at you.
Yeah, he
we
looking
want to
at
know
you.
where that penny land. it's,
Yeah.
it's like spitting off the
Boy,
Empire
you
State
bring out the
Building.
forensics, thoughts, and everything real quick. The trajectory. You know where it
Ninth
come
row.
from.
You get to looking at everybody's face. Who looking at me?
Which one looking
Who
at me?
looking at me?
Little old lady a couple rows to the side of you done seen you get hit with it laughing.
Ready to fire everybody up.
Oh man.
Jumping in basketball, great game. I mean, we got to start from the most recent game. Lakers Celtics, not probably, the greatest rivalry in NBA history, bar none.
Has to be.
Great game. Oh my goodness. A 2-point win for the Lakers, 114 to 112. LeBron with 29, 9, and 8. AD with 32 and 13. I think they're the fourth duo in Lakers history to average 25 plus, both of them.
Nice.
And then Kuz off the bench with 16, Dwight Howard off the bench with 10.
That was
Not a
good-
whole lot
that
of
was good
production from other players, right?
But it
We
was
had
good
good
that Kuz came
production
up.
from good. We had good numbers from good players, of course, and that's what we needed to get over the hump. We could have had a better game, but clearly we didn't need it. Boston had a way better game than us. They had all their starters were in double digits. We had 2 starters in double digits and 2 people off the bench in double digits, and those were the only people. But Jason Tatum had an amazing game. 37 minutes, had 41 points, 5 rebounds. Gordon Hayward with 10, 9, and 8. Jaylen Brown with 20. Theus with 16 and 9. Marcus Smart with 14 and 7. Jaylen Brown is slowly emerging into a very good player.
I think he needed Irvin to get out of there in order for him to shine the way he's doing now.
They lost I want to say, well, I don't. It's not. I want to say they lost because their turnovers. We beat them in the turnover battle by 4, and 4 turnovers in a 2-point win is crucial. Or a 2-point loss. My bad, is crucial. You know, you want those 4 turnovers back because that's 2 points. That's really in total that can be 12 points. You know what I mean? That's 4 threes off 4 turnovers. You know what I mean? You just gave up 12 points.
It could be somebody getting fouled out. The
Exactly.
extra fouls, I mean, the dynamics of them turnovers and what ensues afterwards can be very detrimental to you.
Because
in a close game, it could be your Achilles.
Exactly.
You know.
It's just like free throws.
Exactly.
And they missed 7 free throws. They had a better free throw night than we did. They were 76. We were 67. Weirdly enough. The rebound battle was close. We only won it by 2. The assist battle was tied. We won the block battle by 1 and the steal battle by 2. So where we didn't have a bunch of scorers in double digits, everybody kind of did what they needed to do. Everybody was all in kind of cahoots. You know what I mean? So it was a good win for the Lakers.
I'm glad we won it though because they drilled us last time. They gave it to us,
and it was a close game. The all game. You know what I mean?
This game, not last game. Last game we weren't close.
Oh yeah, no.
So I'm glad to see that we were down double digits
and able to make a push.
Double-digit numbers and battle and maintain staying because like you said it was close throughout the whole game. It was glad to see that we were always in striking.
And Jason Tatum, oh my goodness, Jason Tatum needs his flowers because that man is a bucket. I'm talking about he's just
that boy's a GOAT. I don't know why people think he not.
He's leading that team somewhere.
He made the All-Star. He made the All-Star team, and nobody had no arguments with that.
He took
I've been saying that boy's a beast.
Kobe's death,
and it's riding with it.
And I think he's really channeled into all the hard work that he's put in with him because you see his work.
I'm glad you said that because there's another person who is channeling that inner Mamba, and it is showing immensely. This man just gave him a 50 burger.
And who might that be?
Trae Young. I know we talked about it it was the back end of the last episode, but
Trae Young.
I mean a 50. This man was pulling up from 35 just because he felt like it. You know, he was not because he was open. It's just because he wanted to shoot it, and it was going in.
It's Trae Young.
I liked what he gave back to Butler. Jimmy had cut up on him when Trae last game told him it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
And then Jimmy ended up coming and sealing the game for Miami.
Yep. So this last game, when he said he saw him getting 50 in a win and then making it happen, it was a nice little jab back.
And then the comeback the next game, and they went over the Mavs in a 4-point win, 111-107. And
I think they came back.
Trae gave them 25, 10, and 6. And then John Collins gave them 35 and 17. Dedmon gave them 8 and 12. Cam Reddish gave them 20. They had a good game.
That young squad was balling.
There was no Luka playing and no Kristaps. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't check that part of it.
Yeah.
And I really should have.
But yeah, that was the most recent game.
That
was the dub.
Hard.
Exactly.
They played hard, so take nothing away from it. The dub is a dub.
The people who got a dub, speaking of dubs or dubs, we got to talk about this man who's not getting a whole lot of dubs in L.A. He's looking a little frustrated over there.
Very frustrated.
This is, we've never seen Kawhi. Hold on. Yeah, we got to paint the picture. Kawhi coming down fast break, just got a steal because he's a 10-foot hand man, the claw,
just
everything,
like
right?
Taking things.
Gets a steal.
Don't belong to him.
Fast break, has 2 players on his left side. Montrezl Harrell, Landry Shamet coming down the left side. A beautiful pass right there. Either one can grab it. It's literally Shamet doesn't need to stop running. He'll walk right into it. Perfect layup. Same thing with Harrell. I think
he set Harrell up for a dunk.
He set Harrell up for a dunk, but I don't think he was going for Harrell. I think he was giving it to Shamet, and Shamet stopped running. Ball goes out of bounds. Kawhi's frustration is shown, which has never been shown. he is. What are you doing, Landry Shamet? You did not go get the ball, and I passed you the ball, and now I have a turnover, and now it's out of bounds. And now my hands are on my head because I don't know why I came to the Clippers. And this man's at a crossroad.
That's funny that you say I don't know why I'm at the Clippers, because that's exactly what it looked like.
It's like, oh my God, why am I here?
Why did I throw him
I
the
really
ball?
messed this up.
Kawhi Leonard has always been known to get back on defense, right?
Yep.
No matter what, turnover, he gets back on defense. He's
Right.
a pop product. He's a Coach Pop product.
And he's good at defense.
And he's great at defense.
He likes playing defense.
Exactly. He did not get back on defense right away.
He's frustrated.
Yes. That's something LeBron does.
LeBron get frustrated, he's gonna walk for a minute.
Yeah. Kawhi walked. They took a 9-point loss to the Kings, 112-103. The Kings just played a great game. They had 6 players in double digits. Harrison Barnes, Belizia, Harry Giles, Bogdan, De'Aaron Fox, Kent Bazemore. Kent Bazemore had 23. Fox with 20. Bogdan with 20. Giles with 14 and 10. Belitza with 10. And 14 and 12. Sorry, Belitza with 10. And then Barnes with 13. And Kawhi gave him 31. And Lou gave him 24. And then Montrez gave him 16 and 10. That's it. I mean, the next highest scorer was 8 points. Zubac gave him 15 rebounds and 8 points. Great, he gave him 15 rebounds, so they better not have lost the rebound battle.
I'm about to say 15 rebounds.
And they lost the rebound battle by 1. That's what's crazy. You have, consistent rebounding from everybody on the team. You know what I mean? Like, Bogdan gave him 5 rebounds. Belitza gave him 7. Giles gave him 12. You know what I mean? Like, it's good all-around rebounding from them. It's just, it looks like the Clippers are, looks like only 2 people can get it done for them on a nightly basis. You know what I mean?
And that's
And one's getting frustrated.
Now think about that in terms in 7-game series.
Exactly.
I mean, what do? Do you start resting people more and risk a lower seed coming in? I know Kawhi has been on record saying
because I love Lou Williams, but Lou Williams can't do it himself.
He said it doesn't matter where we land,
Lou
we
Williams
just
is a
need to
good
make the
six man,
playoffs.
but
Lou can give you 30, and it doesn't. Lou's going to give you 30. It doesn't matter how you're guarding him. He can give you 30, right? But that doesn't. A Lou Williams 30-point game does not equal a win by any means.
I mean, because we see time and time again where he had these good 20-point games, 25 points, 23
I mean,
points.
he just had 26 and they lost.
You see what I'm saying? You see it all the time.
Exactly. And
not taking nothing from Lou Williams. He's a hell of a player. He's a hell of a player.
I think we're giving him his flowers when we say that. Like,
exactly.
he needs help over there.
He's off the bench. Like, your starters.
It's
gotta
not
step
like
up
Kawhi
and get these
needs
same
help.
points.
Kawhi doesn't need help because Kawhi has the help he needs. He has Paul George. Paul George didn't play last night, but he has Paul George. He has 2 dogs and Harold and Beverly. And then you got Lou Williams, the best 6-man
Well,
ever.
see, another thing that we have to remember as well too is that
new team.
Yeah, they still a new team, so it's gonna be a lot of this trial and error. You know,
They take it in 4 20-game spurts. You know, it's 82 games, so
Yeah.
all right. Our first quarter of games, we're gonna see how we're gelling. Next quarter of games, we're gonna see how we're gelling. This quarter, boom, and they say by that last quarter, you want to have everything sewn up nice and tight.
To be honest, though, I don't feel like the Clippers will be like. I either think that Kawhi would leave, or I don't see him leaving. But what I do see is him voicing this opinion that he won't change.
Yeah,
and I see them catering to that change.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do too.
I see them catering to that change.
I don't know what changes he needs. Put LeBron on that team with Paul George, Montrezl Harrell, Zubac, Lou Williams, Patrick Beverly.
I don't think that he would get rid of Lou Will. Lou Will is not the problem. He knows that. They know that.
Kawhi is the problem, to me. It seems like, let me not just say, the Clippers as a whole, everybody except Lou. Lou comes in every night and does what he needs to do.
I feel like Pat Beverly could be replaced with him.
Pat can be replaced. Pat can be replaced, and it'd be a good thing for them. You can actually find a dog that's going to give you
some points.
The points that you need.
Going to give you
and
points.
Still give you the defense
and
that
give
you need as well.
a more positive attitude. I'm sorry, Patrick Beverly puts your team at risk of
He's a technical risk.
Ill-timed technicals.
Yeah. He's a Draymond Green.
Especially during
not
the time
not
when
even
you
just
made,
the technicals. When you look at somebody that's not even like super known like a Patty Mills, he would be more beneficial than what a Patrick Beverly is.
A DJ Augustine.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And these are guys that you don't hear about every night. You know what I'm saying? And
but
it's
they're good players.
Yeah.
And you know what they're capable of.
I feel like Russ said it best. He's just super hyped up.
Yeah.
He's super hyped up.
Speaking of Russ.
And don't be doing nothing. Russ did call him out. Gonna say the second half of that. He's super hyped up. Y'all think he really be doing something. He don't be doing nothing.
Yeah. Speaking of Russ, this Jazz game, 10-point win for the Rockets over the Jazz, 120 to 110. Robert Covington gave him 8 points, 12 rebounds. PJ with 5 and 5. We got to get something more from PJ. Russ gave him 34 and 6. James Harden 38 and 7.
You got games like that where they combine it for over 70 points. You know what I'm saying? You don't need nobody else.
Gordon off the bench with 12. Ben McLemore off the bench with 12.
Now I hear you say that. However, and they beat the Lakers. Yes.
Yeah, we still need a center, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like,
you played one of the best centers tonight, or not tonight. You played one of the best centers, and you won.
Yeah,
you played the defensive player, whatever, however many time defensive player of the year.
Yeah,
this man has led the league in blocks multiple times, and y'all won.
I mean, like I said, he's an all-star, and he
with PJ Tucker
played excellent that game too.
Was the matchup? PJ Tucker started at center. Rudy Gobert started at center too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, small ball's working.
I think it's working, but they still going to have to find a center for sure.
It worked because this is how I was watching some of the highlights.
Playoff run is going to be hard for the Rockets.
I was just about to say, how deep do you think they're going to run with that
playoff run is
going
to be hard for the Rockets.
But what I noticed last night is their offense, which they are an offensive team, they drew amazing mix matches all night. You had Rudy Gobert guarding Russell Westbrook, and Rudy Gobert is 7'3". Russell Westbrook is 6'5", 6'4". He's not finna let him.
Turbo engine.
He's not finna play him face to face, chest to chest. I'm all up on you. Go somewhere, because he knows Russ is gonna go somewhere, and I'm not gonna be able to catch you. Exactly. So he's gonna play 4 feet off of him. Okay, I'm going to just walk you down right into the mid-range and pull up on you.
Exactly.
And that's where my 34 points came from the other night. Donovan gave him 31.
I feel like the Rockets would do better if we can get Russ to make more threes as well. I feel like that is a big problem. He's shooting I want to say it's
12%.
It's
terrible.
It's not 12%.
Yeah, it's not
more 30% or something.
But it's not great.
You know what I'm saying? And
to be a Rocket.
When you're on a team that shoots
heavy threes,
more threes than anything else,
he's the Melo in that situation.
Yeah,
Melo's not comfortable putting up all those threes, all these threes. You know what I mean? Russ.
Russ haven't shot good from 3 for years.
I don't think Russ needs to shoot good from 3 for them to make a deep run. I just think he needs to play his game. He plays a really good game. Not his game. He needs to find his niche within the Rocket system. And I think it might be that mid-range game.
But no, that mid-range is a beast. But to me, I feel like if you did incorporate that 3, you had a better percentage. Your scores would probably be better than James Harden, if not almost
James
the same.
Gordon.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but
that's carpool karaoke.
Seriously though.
Yeah.
Because I'm
100% with you.
Killing the paint. You killing the paint.
It's like if Giannis gets a 3.
You killing
50 points every night.
If you can have Zion killing the paint and banging threes like he did that first game back, you know what I mean? That's gonna be a threat.
Speaking of Giannis, the Bucks came out with a 21-point win over the Sixers, 119-98, and Giannis was hooping. He gave them 31, 8, and 17. Chris Middleton with 25 and 9. Eric Bledsoe with 12. Brooke Lopez with 9, 5, and 7. Robin Lopez off the bench with 12. Didn't really need a whole lot of production from anybody because nobody on the other side really produced for the Sixers. You had Tobias Harris with 11, Joel Embiid with 17 and 11, Kormaz with 17, and Milton with 17. Ben Simmons Ben Simmons played 5 minutes, but he gave him 5 points.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
that's understandable. 5 minutes.
Yeah. 5 minutes, you give him 5 points, yeah. But you can't just, if Ben is out, you can't play like this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Step up.
You gotta step up. I mean, you got Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is no slouch. Tobias Harris played 31 minutes.
I mean, and that's what we say about all these teams.
He played the most minutes.
We say the same thing about Paul George when Kawhi left, which he did step up. He did his thing. We say the same thing about mainly the Rockets. Whenever Harden have a bad game, the Rockets have a bad game, and it's just so bad. I hate that.
They lost the assist battle 35-17.
Ooh,
the Sixers played a terrible game. They lost the rebound battle 57-43. Only thing they won was they had way more steals and way less turnovers. 7 less turnovers, but you lose by 21. So it didn't even matter.
Got doored.
Really? It's just
got taken back behind the woodshed and got one of them good old fashioned 1 and 2 hand ass whoopings, so
it's just something isn't clicking over there and it needs to click. Before we get out of here, we gotta talk about this 46-point loss that the Pacers took at the hands of the Raptors, 127-81. Yes, you read.
That hurts.
You heard that right. Skinny P with 21. Siakam, the same person.
Oh, they the same. Yeah.
Ibaka with 15 and 15. Kyle Lowry with 16, 11, and 7. Davis off the bench with 13. Hollis Jefferson with 12. Thomas with 17. Butcher with 9 and 11. They're stat sheet stuffing all night.
I'm not gonna lie, they balling.
Yeah.
If Kawhi would have stayed with them.
Oh my goodness. That's the best team in the East.
If Kawhi would have stayed with
It would
them.
have been the best team.
Well, the way Kawhi is playing now, I don't know how good they would have been.
The reason why I say
think
that is
they'd have been
because
still all right.
You
I
think
think
they're
they
better
would've
than the
been
Bucks
good
with the
because-
way Kawhi's playing in 2020 with the Clippers right now? You think
they could have beat the Bucks.
no?
because-
That you think they're better than the Bucks are right now?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the Bucks have length on them.
I don't know.
I think they
close.
are literally the same, but their superstar is bigger.
Yeah.
Like they have the same team, role players, shooters, this, and this, and it's just one's in Milwaukee, one's in Toronto, one's a little bit longer. They both are defensive teams. You know what I mean? Got a star.
I think the way
that plays
I think the
defense.
collective effort from the Raptors is just a little bit better.
I just like Nick
and they have a
Nurse.
championship pedigree.
I like Nick Nurse approach
That's
to
true.
how
Nick Nurse, yeah.
because Nick Nurse has already played.
He's a
Them.
champion, whereas
He
Mike
came up with the
Budenholzer is
game
always
plan.
coach of the year.
He came up with the game plan to get past that juggernaut over there in Milwaukee, and it worked.
And then came up with the game plan to get past the Warriors. So shout out to Nick Nurse. That's our time, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting out here. You can catch us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on RTFSportsNetwork.com. Signing out. Your host, Noah Harrington. To my right, I have Jay, Coach G. We're getting out here. You can also catch our podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Every Monday and Thursday. So you're just going to podcast in front of my son. That's our time. We're getting out of here.